G'day folks, and welcome to Gormo's Shed. Well, we're just going to do a quick little demo for you today, and what we're talking about is making your own chain. Which you think, well, why make my own chain when I can go and buy it? Well, this allows you to make chain to whatever size you want. For me it's important because of these little wagons that I'm putting my new coupling system on. One end of the wagon has a chain that's attracted to a magnet, which is this end, which is very important. But the other end, to improve the look of the wagon, has a chain also. But this chain has to be non-magnetic. So this one's made out of copper, just copper wire, and that's made at home. And I'm going to show you how you can make that sort of chain. Right, the chain I'm making is made out of 0.8 of a millimetre, I think it is, copper wire. So it's just standard old copper wire, and you need something to form the wire, a shape. It can be a strip of wood, it could be a strip of metal or whatever. I've got two little bits of metal here that I use to wrap the wire around, and the process is that you wrap it around a former. In effect, you're creating a coil, and then you cut through one side of the coil, and that creates your links. It's very, very simple, and what we'll do is we'll set it up in the vise and have a look at how we do it. Right folks, I've cut myself off about 350 mils worth of copper wire here, and I'm going to sandwich that in the jaws of the vise along with my metal former. So it's all held there, and we'll lock that down. Now 300 mils is probably a bit too much wire actually, but anyway, all we do then is just start wrapping the wire around the former, creating a coil in effect, or a spring if you like, and we just carry on doing that until we've used up most of our wire. I've got a fair bit of tension on the wire. I'm pulling it tight around my former, and this is giving me the sort of shape that I want for my links, for my couplings. It's just a matter of winding it all the way around. I'm starting to get to the end, so at this stage if you want to use all the wire you probably really need a pair of pliers or something to hold the end of it, but for the purposes of this exercise, this will do, so that's fine. Right folks, now I take my mini drill, and I've got a thin cutting disc on the drill, and what I'm going to do is cut along the top here through the copper wire. Now we've removed the whole lot from the vise here, and gently ease it off, and we finish up with our links. Okay, so there we have it, and then it's just a matter obviously of getting a pair of pliers and squeezing them together, maybe even giving them a bit more shape, but they'll go together quite nicely. So there you go folks, it's a piece of cake. And you know, you can use different types of wire, whatever you need to make your chain. I'm sure you can do it quite easily. The whole trick behind it is finding something that's the right size to be a former, and take into consideration the gap that you create by cutting through the chain. Some people use a very sharp knife to do it. I don't really like the idea of cutting through metal with a knife, especially on something as small as that. You know, one slip of the knife and you could easily hurt yourself. I'd rather do it with the mini drill and the slitting disc. At least I've got a bit more control over it. But anyway, it turns out alright, so that's the method. So I'll leave you with it. See you next time. Cheers. Gormo.